Doctors Today. The latest developments in the world of medicine. Today, there will be more than 10,000 serious accidents in American homes. Is your home about to be the scene of an accident? Won't you listen in the hope of preventing this accident before it can happen? The American Medical Association, in cooperation with the National Broadcasting Company and its independent affiliated stations, presents Doctors Today, a weekly report on the progress of medical science. This week, a report on the cause and prevention of home accidents. I'm not going to take up your time with a long series of dull facts and figures about home accidents. For your own protection, however, and for the prevention of accidents in your home, there are certain facts that should be known to you. There will be more than 5 million accidental injuries in American homes this year, and at least 30,000 will result in death, according to the National Safety Council. Every one of these casualties will be due to a mistake in housekeeping, which may be present in your home. I think you would be wise to get a pencil and paper and make a list of these errors in housekeeping as you listen to the dramatic story of The Haunted House.
Well. Look who's coming up my front sidewalk. That perky little realtor, Joe Waters, and a young couple who are looking for a house. This is going to be very funny. You see, I have a very interesting reputation in this neighborhood. I'm known as the Haunted House. A lot of people think that there are ghosts walking around in here. That's a lot of nonsense, of course. But in the last 7 years, we've had 13 accidents, and 3 of those people are dead. Oh, we've had the fire department several times, and ambulances have come around any number of times. Now they're blaming me for all this. Blaming me for their own mistakes. How can people be so dumb? Here they come through the front door. Let's listen to this. I wouldn't miss this for anything.
Go right in and then to your left. This is the living room.
Oh, Bill, what a lovely big living room. Isn't it nice?
Now, take it easy, darling. You don't say things like that in front of real estate men.
Don't you worry about that, Mr. Sherwood. The party who owns this house is moving to California, and they must make a quick sale. Now, this is the dining room.
Oh, I like that wallpaper.
Well, it's passable. I don't see the advantage of that fireplace.
Oh, the people who built this house were crazy about room, dining room, and in 2 upstairs bedrooms.
1 in the living room's enough for me.
Oh, I know, but can we help it that they love fireplaces?
Oh, Bill, come see this kitchen. It has everything. Look, a modern sink and a nice stove. And that's the best-looking refrigerator I've seen since we started to look around.
Darling, please don't be so enthusiastic.
What do you think of the kitchen, Mr. Sherwood?
I think it's fair. Just fair. But it would take a lot of money to fix up a house like this.
Fix it up?
Yes. There are fire hazards, for instance. Here's one. Any curtains that you put on that window would be too close to this stove.
Oh, we can take care of that later. Mr. Waters, Bill is with the fire underwriters laboratory, and so he's naturally interested in things like that.
Oh, I see. Shall we go upstairs now?
Yes, why don't we? You know, I can see a lot of possibilities so far, can't you, Bill?
I can see the need for spending a lot of money to make the house safe. There's a lot wrong with this house that will have to be taken care of before I'd let my family move in.
Well. Here was a customer who knew a little about fire hazards. I could have told him that we already had a couple of fires around here. How well I remember the day that little Danny Wilson toddled out to the kitchen and went to the stove.
haven't time to play with you now, Danny.
Mama.
Mother is busy with the strawberry. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, no, Danny, don't touch that pan. It's boiling. Now, honey, come get away from that stove. That's a good boy. Hello. Oh, hello, Gloria. I'm so glad you called. I've got wonderful news for you.
Wonderful news? That's what the lady said. But it wasn't such wonderful news a half-minute later when Danny went back to the stove and turned over a pan of boiling water. While Danny was being rushed to the hospital, a breeze blew a kitchen curtain across the exposed flame on the stove. An excited neighbor burned her hands trying to tear down the blazing curtains. Luckily, the fire department arrived before I went up in smoke. The kitchen was rebuilt, but there are still curtains where they can blow across the stove. And now let us see what happened in the laundry a few months later.
Mrs. Wilson, I hung out all them clothes to dry. But you know what? I forgot to turn off the water in that tub where we're soaking them old clothes.
Oh, but you turned it off now.
Yes'm, I have. But that basement floor is awful wet. Shall I go down and mop it?
Oh, better wait till it drains off, and then we'll both go down. I'll starch the shirts while you're mopping.
All right.
Here. Sit down and let's finish our coffee.
All right. I sure need that coffee. You remember I was telling you about that sister of mine?
Sister? Oh, yes, your sister Aurora.
I tell you, that girl is nearly driving me crazy. She still wants to marry that man.
You mean... Oh, the man who has the diamond ring.
Yes. And you can just imagine where he's getting them from. He ain't getting them honest. I tell you, that man is going to get into trouble with the law.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And Aurora will find herself married to a convict.
Oh, I'd hate to see that happen to a nice girl like Aurora.
Well, she can't say she wasn't warned. I guess we better get back to the laundry, huh?
All right, Clara. We'll do up the dishes later.
I'll go first, ma'am. I'm really ashamed of all that water down in that basement.
Clara, will you turn on that light?
Yes'm.
Oh, Clara, what's the matter? What in the world happened to you?
Mrs. Wilson, I just got the most awful shock. It nearly electrocuted me.
Clara will never know how close she came to being killed instantly. Who is at fault? Clara for forgetting to shut off the water in the laundry tubs? No. It was Mrs. Wilson who provided Clara with ideal conditions for sudden death. First, a faulty light switch. And second, the floor that would provide an ideal carrier of electricity when it was wet. And yet they call me the haunted house. These people who set their own death traps under my roof. Let me tell you what happened in the upstairs bathroom. One evening, Bob Wilson came home a little later than usual. Janice Wilson said,
You knew we were going out for dinner with the Manleys. I think you came home late on purpose.
Oh, why should I?
Oh, you can't fool me. Now hurry up and change your shirt and let's get going.
Oh, I've got to shave first. Look at my face.
All right, shave. We're 20 minutes late.
All clear in the bathroom?
Yes, go ahead.
I'll make it fast. Oh, Janice!
Oh, Bob, what happened to you?
I slipped on something and darn near killed myself.
Oh, darling, I'm sorry. Well, this is what happens when you're trying to do everything at once. Are you sure you're not hurt?
No, I'm all right.
What'd you slip on? It must have been something.
Yes, a cake of soap.
Well, now, how did that get down on the floor?
I wouldn't know. Were you in here last?
Yes, but I wouldn't have dropped a cake of soap on the floor.
Did you take a bath?
Yes, of course. But I'm never careless about where I put the soap.
Where did you put the soap you used?
Well, it should be right here. Yes, I must have dropped it. I'm so sorry, darling.
Oh, well, no harm done.
Oh, but you might have sprained an ankle or broken a leg or hit your head, and it would have been all my fault. Please forgive me.
Oh, forget it. I was as much to blame as you. Dashed in here and didn't look where I was going.
Bob, I promise you, I'll never do a silly thing like this again.
Oh, but she did do it again, that little nitwit. The next time, she left the soap in the bottom of the bathtub. And this time, Bob stepped in for a shower and was knocked unconscious. 'Course it was partly his fault. He should have provided a rubber mat for the tub and a solid metal grip on the wall. Of course, they saw to it that this accident couldn't happen again in the bathroom. But they left a light switch that can be reached from the tub. And someday, somebody is going to be sorry. So I am the haunted house, am I? Well, I'll go on being haunted with accidents until people learn how to live safely around here. But they won't. Besides, I enjoy all the excitement when they make another foolish mistake. Let me tell you about the day that a Mrs. Martin came to call on the Wilsons with her 4-year-old daughter. Mrs. Martin was sitting in the living room with Mrs. Wilson, and they were chatting away when it happened.
I suppose you heard about the Keeleys.
Oh, which Keeleys? The Keeleys down on Maple Street?
Yes, I understand they're getting a divorce.
A divorce? Why, I thought they were very happily married.
I did, too, till I heard about this.
About what, dear?
Well, he's taken up separate residence in the Blake Hotel.
Is that so? And she has the 2 children?
Yes, isn't it a shame?
Oh.
Such nice children, and I know that the boy especially was very fond of his father. I've seen them together so much.
Well, what do you suppose is the back of it all?
Oh, he was away so often on business trips, you know, and they do say he, has a roving eye.
A roving eye. Now that you mention it, I guess he has.
He, would notice somebody like you.
Oh, it was perfectly harmless. I was at a cocktail party, and he was feeling no pain, and, well, you know how those things are. Bob didn't even notice it.
Well, she's no angel. Say, I wonder where the children are.
Oh, they're playing somewhere.
Yes, but they've been so quiet. I just wonder.
I'll go and see. Danny? Danny?
We're in here, Mom.
What are you doing there?
We're playing doctor.
Playing doctor? Well, I wonder.
Yes, I think we better look into that.
Probably nothing to worry about, but still.
Danny, where are you?
In the bathroom, Mom.
Bathroom? You haven't given her anything out of the medicine cabinet, have you?
Yes, we're playing that she's sick, and I'm giving her some medicine.
Medicine? What kind of medicine?
Let me see that bottle. Where did you put it?
Here it is.
Good heavens. She hasn't taken any, has she?
Uh-huh. Oh, I put it in the glass, and she drank some.
Oh, Marilyn, did you drink some of this?
You run and call your doctor. I'll read the directions on the bottle and see what the antidote is.
Ordinarily, I have no sympathy for human beings, but I did feel sorry for this little girl. This child had been given a deadly poison by a boy who had no reason to suspect that it would do her any harm. How can a sane person leave a bottle of poison where it can fall into the hands of an unsuspecting child? Oh, call it carelessness, call it anything you like. All your tears and regrets will not restore life. Little Marilyn Martin was the first to die under my roof. But there were others, even while the Wilsons were still living here. Let me recall a conversation between Bob and Janice Wilson which took place 5 years ago.
Bob, I hope you won't mind my saying so, but, darling, I'm getting a little tired of having so many visitors.
I had the very same thought myself when Grandma arrived.
It's not that I mind having them around. I love company, and I know you do too, but...
Yeah, but why don't they stay in a hotel instead of moving in with us, huh?
I know how unhappy you were when my mother was here.
Oh, I like your mother, darling. Really, I do. Only, well...
She never stops talking.
And she had so many quaint ideas. Too bad she's living so much in the past.
Yes, ever since Dad died.
Then, of course, there was my dad. I know he got on your nerves.
Oh, I didn't mind your dad. He was sort of fun in a way, always cracking jokes.
But they were such old jokes. And I'd heard all of his funny stories a dozen times before.
But he was only here 3 days. He didn't stay for weeks like Mother. Oh, I thought she'd never go home. And then there was my Uncle Frank.
Funny old codger.
But I rather liked your sister Kate.
Kate's had it pretty rough. Of course, I suppose she realized that when she married a fighter pilot in the middle of a war, there was a good chance that she'd become a widow. But still...
Well, she loved him, darling. That's reason enough for most girls.
Well, I hope she marries again pretty soon, because she's really going through his insurance with all of these crazy investments. Beats me that a widow with a 6-year-old boy would take such long chances.
Oh, Bob, we shouldn't criticize.
No.
They're all trying in their way to find what they're after.
You mean peace and quiet?
Of course. Everyone wants to make something of their life.
Well, one thing I'll say for Grandma. She's got an awful lot of life for a woman of her age.
I'll say she has. Imagine a woman of 77 traveling nearly 4,000 miles to visit all her relations.
You know why she's making this trip, don't you?
Of course. This is obviously the last time she ever expects to see any of us again in this world. Oh, is she coming downstairs?
Yes, I think I heard her. Grandma! Grandma! Oh, good Lord.
Oh.
Grandma. Grandma, how are you? Are you hurt?
Oh, Bob, do you suppose...
I don't know. Call Dr. Barton while I carry her upstairs.
The Wilsons hadn't counted on having Grandma for more than a week. After a brief sojourn in the hospital with a fractured hip, Grandma came back for an extended visit that lasted 11 weeks. No, Grandma never completed her final visit to all her friends and relations, but many of them came to see her when she was laid to rest. Bob Wilson had never bothered to provide a light above our staircase, and he always intended to fix that loose handrail. Picture an old lady groping her way downstairs in almost total darkness. Yes, I am the haunted house, haunted with the memories of tragedy and death. Take me for what I am, but don't blame me for what happens under my roof. And now, a final chapter in the lives of my former owners. Mrs. Wilson went away to visit relatives. Bob Wilson came home very late and went to bed. Did you hear that? That was Bob Wilson striking a match. He lit a cigarette, and now he rolls over comfortably in bed. He's had a big evening with the boys. He's dead tired. His eyes close. The cigarette drops from his fingers. Now it smolders on one of Mrs. Wilson's nice new sheets. An acrid smell fills the room. A warning odor. But Bob Wilson is lost in dreams. A thick veil of smoke fills the room, and he breathes more quickly. His lungs have begun a fight for his life. A gentle breeze from an open window is sparking the glowing embers. He's being powerfully drugged by the lethal gases in that smoke-filled room. Some days later, I felt a bit sorry for Janice Wilson when she said,
Oh, Mother, if I'd been home, he wouldn't have smoked in bed, because he knew how much I hated it.
After Bob Wilson's death, it was Mrs. Wilson herself who began calling me the haunted house. I wasn't surprised. In almost every room there was a reminder of an accident that brought a tragedy into her life. She moved away, and for several months it was very quiet around here, except when a boy threw a stone and broke a window. You know, for some reason a boy thinks he's very daring to throw a stone at a haunted house. One night, 2 boys came in here to have a look around. I took care of them in a way they'll never forget. I made a rattling sound on an upstairs radiator. The door blew shut. A friendly tomcat in search of a mouse helped me. An owl provided the final touch. One of them swore he saw a ghost. Oh, I tell you, I had quite a reputation around the neighborhood. Real estate men couldn't find a buyer. I was a drug on the market, and I was loving it. People are so funny. Then came this Bill Sherwood and bought me for a song. He moved in with his wife and their kids. A few nights after they moved in, Mrs. Sherwood was waiting for him to come home. It was getting quite late, and the storm was blowing up.
Bill? Bill, is that you?
Yes, dear. I thought you'd be in bed. What's the matter, darling?
Oh, I've never been so scared in all my life.
Well, what happened?
Nothing, only... Well, today a couple of the neighbors said this house is haunted, and... Well, I've been hearing the queerest noises. But I have all sorts of things.
It couldn't be the lightning and thunder, could it?
Oh, no, I'm not afraid of thunderstorms.
But you don't actually believe in ghosts, do you?
I don't know what I believe in, but... Oh, I'm awfully glad you're home, and... I'm beginning to be sorry that we bought this house.
Why?
Well, there've been a lot of bad accidents around here, and 3 people have died.
Yes, I've heard all about that.
Did you know it before we signed the papers?
Certainly. Darling, how do you suppose we were able to get this house way below what it's actually worth?
Oh, I'm sure I don't know, but... Oh, why didn't you tell me all these things?
Well, because I didn't want you to worry. I know the reason for all these accidents, and we're going to fix things so they can't happen again.
Well, what's wrong around here?
Plenty. For instance, the gas range is right under the kitchen windows. Open a window and the curtains can blow right across the stove.
Why, that's right.
This had caused a very serious fire around here one time, but no one bothered to correct the situation. Don't you worry about it, dear. We'll put the sink under the windows and move the gas range where the sink is.
Oh, well, that's fine. That'll give me more daylight over my sink.
Ruth, we're going to make all kinds of changes around here.
I know you said that the staircase is very bad.
Yes, I wouldn't have my family living in a house with a staircase like that. We've got to have a light over that stairway, and I'm going to fix that railing.
Well, whatever you say, William.
Are you kind of glad sometimes that you married a safety engineer?
You know I am. For a lot of reasons.
Well, thunder makes you shiver a little.
Oh, look. If you knew what I've been through tonight with the children asleep and me here all alone, worrying about a haunted house.
Are you still worried?
No, but... Oh, Bill, what's it going to cost for all these improvements?
Well, there's a lot of bad wiring, especially down in the basement around your laundry tubs. That pull chain, for instance. The people who lived here before us were certainly asking for trouble.
Oh, but it all sounds so very expensive.
Darling, when we're all through, this house will be the biggest bargain we've ever found.
And just because you decided that it wasn't haunted?
Well, if there are any ghosts around here, they're welcome to stay, so long as they behave themselves.
Well, I wish I could find one who'd be willing to help out with the laundry.
Maybe you can find one who wants to wash his sheets occasionally.
Oh, see, that reminds me. You know, we don't have a good linen closet.
We don't have a lot of closets that we need, but we're going to have a game closet for toys, a tool closet, a paint locker. In fact, a place for everything that could start a fire or cause an accident. Ruth, it's mostly a matter of good and bad housekeeping. A good housekeeper doesn't have accidents. If we do have any around here, you can blame me, or maybe I'll blame you. But let's not be so dumb as to blame the house.
Haven't had an accident around here ever since the Sherwoods moved in. I must admit I'm beginning to have a little respect for these people. Of course, being human, they'll make a mistake someday. Incidentally, the neighbors are beginning to wonder if I'm really haunted after all. I don't mind, because I was getting a little fed up with the whole business. Some of the big, luxurious houses around were looking down their chimneys at me and hinting that I was the neighborhood bad boy. Now, it so happens that some of those big fellows have some of the worst hazards you ever saw. I wish I had time to tell you about their faults, but why should I bother? Their owners will find them, and someday they'll be sorry.
We present Mr. Sidney J. Williams, Assistant to the President of the National Safety Council, to discuss some of the other common causes of home accidents. Mr. Williams.
I wonder how many of you know that more people are killed and many more are injured by accidents in the home than on the highway. Now, some of these home accidents are due to unsafe things: broken stairs or railings, leaky furnace or gas pipes, worn electric cords, and so on. But most of them are the result of bad habits, of doing things the wrong way. It's the same in a home as in a factory. The industrial managers who have so greatly reduced employee accidents learned long ago that they must not only provide safe buildings and safe machines, they must also see that the place is kept clean and orderly, and that every worker does his job in the safe way. Well, who are the managers in the home? Why, the father and mother, chiefly the mother. Are the bedclothes in the baby's crib tied or pinned so he can't get tangled up in them and be smothered? Are knives, pins, matches, pan handles on the stove kept out of reach of the little tots? Is Johnny or Susie allowed to leave books or roller skates on the stairs to give someone a nasty fall? Father, and particularly mother, are the only ones that can control these situations, first, by themselves practicing safe habits, and second, seeing that all other members of the family do the same. I know a perfectly charming mother who just isn't safety conscious. She's so busy with other good works, the church, the PTA, the charities, that you'll find her basement steps cluttered with everything from buckets to last week's wash. You'll find her saying, "Oh, that's just a scratch. Mother will kiss it and make it all well." If her baby toddles out into the street, she hopes passing motorists will be careful, and they usually are, but not always. I'm afraid tragedy will catch up with that family someday. Safety isn't just a series of don'ts. There's a right way to use a knife, a ladder, an automobile, a gun. The schools, the scouts, and others are teaching our youngsters how to do these things the right way, how to get the most fun out of all the modern world offers us. But the home must do its part. It's up to the parents, yes, and the grandparents and the older children to teach safe habits to the younger ones and to practice safe habits themselves.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Doctors Today is presented by the American Medical Association through the facilities of the National Broadcasting Company and its independent affiliated stations. This program is presented on behalf of the thousands of physicians who are working night and day to protect and preserve the lives of 141 million Americans. The American Medical Association invites you to join us again next week to hear another report on the progress of medicine and surgery in America. Doctors Today, written by William J. Murphy, comes to you through the facilities of the National Broadcasting Company and the affiliated independent stations associated with the NBC network. The orchestra is under the direction of Bernard Berquist, with original music composed by Emil Soderstrom. The entire production is under the direction of Norman Felton. Heard in today's cast were Rupert LaBelle, George Kluge, Loretta Poynton, Don Gallagher, Margaret Brayton, Elmira Ressler, Jack Lester, Sunda Love, and Stuart Sklan. Your announcer is Hugh Downs. Doctors Today came to you from Chicago. This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.